Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm the Obscure Joe PT, and for today what I have in here it is SoulCalibur 6. So SoulCalibur 6, it is a fighting game developed by Bandai Namco, and I think this is probably the first entry of the game series that we see on the PC. So good news! PC finally is getting a ton of fighting games, and SoulCalibur it is one of them. So the game is using Unreal Engine 4, and this is the graphical settings. This is my personal recommendation that I should give to you if you want to enjoy this game at a rock solid 60 frames per second. 1080p, use the high presets. The resolution scaling will drop to 87%, which means that the game, instead of being rendering at 1080p, it will be rendering at something close like 940p. I don't notice too much of a difference, to be honest, but I play on a 22-inch screen. If you play with a bigger screen, probably you are going to notice a little bit that drop in resolution. Okay, anyway, this is the results that I have tested in the game in multiple fights. So I started with the maximum settings. On the first fight I got an average of 58 frames per second with a 1% wall of 42. And yeah, it was not satisfying for me, in my opinion. It was bad, and so I didn't test any more fights. So anyway, I decided to go with 3 fights for the high settings and 3 fights for the 87% of resolution scaling with the high. And with the high settings, the average was pretty much 60 frames per second, but you could notice some drops in frame rate when special attacks happen, or depending on the scenarios that you were playing. While with the 87% of resolution scaling and the high settings, I was having 60 frames per second at the whole time. Okay, sometimes a stutter or two do appear, but the game frame rate, it was always 60 frames per second, so it was simply perfect in my opinion. Amazing. And you might be thinking something like, okay, but the maximum settings, you were having kind of some drops there to 44 or something like that. So what's the problem with that? The problem is SoulCalibur, just like Street Fighter, just like Tekken, all the physics, all the animations, all the stuff, it is completely tied to the frame rate. So which means that when the frame rate do drop from the 60 frames per second, the game don't support frame skipping. So the game just starts to slow down. You start to see everything in slow motion, just like on the Matrix. And it's not supposed for you to play like that, okay? So anything below 60 frames per second, it is automatically considered unplayable in SoulCalibur, okay? That's why I was hunting so much for the 60 frames per second, because you really need those 60 frames per second in this game. And one of the things that I notice is, no matter if you have a 140 Hz screen or something, it doesn't matter. The game, it's completely locked to 60 frames per second, so you won't be getting any more than that, okay? So if the video looks a little bit jerking all over the place, that's mostly because I did use BenchART to record with AMD Radeon Relive. I wasn't able to record with full screen, so yeah, BenchART had to do it, and unfortunately it wasn't really good, considering that the game was always at 60, but sometimes it felt a little bit weird. While with full screen, the game was very smooth all the time. I do recommend you to use VSync, and that's it. So about the game itself, I'm not really into fighting games. I like Mortal Kombat a lot, to be honest. And I'm not saying that SoulCalibur is bad or good, it's just not my type of game, but I actually did enjoy it a lot, what I saw in here. It was actually pretty fun. The most surprising thing for me, it was this, Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher inside of this game. It is very well done. I'm surprised to hear the voice of the actor, the same actor, so it was very authentic representation of Geralt. Which is very surprising, very convincing, so it's kind of a nice game, okay? So you can get this game on Steam for a surprising $59.99. I think it's very expensive for the game. Okay, the game features multiplayer, local multiplayer, single player, campaign, story, so there is a lot of things that this game does support, but I think that they could have more characters, okay? So it's one of the things that it's my main complaint. The game costs around 60 bucks on Steam, and there is a DLC which is Tyra, which is a character which costs an additional 5 bucks. The season pass costs 30, so basically if you buy the game and if you buy the season pass, the game will roughly cost 90 bucks. I think it's Jesus, it's it's too expensive. Alternatively, you can get the game through Kinguin. It should cost you around 40 bucks, 45 bucks at the time of the video. And if you buy through there by using a link on the description of the video, you will be directly helping out the channel a lot to get better games to benchmark that I want. Like for example Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Monster Hunter Online, Yakuza 0. This one is new. Okay, so there is a lot of stuff that you can use to help. For example, if you subscribe to Humble monthly bundle, you can pay only 12 bucks and you get the Hitman first season, the entire first season for 12 bucks, 7 Days to Die, and also Alok Nights. You get all these free games for 12 bucks, and by the end of the month, which is very near by now, you will get other 3 or 4 games, including one AAA title. I think it's an excellent price, so if you want to subscribe to this service and helping out the channel, follow the link on the description of the video. So guys, thank you a lot for watching, hope you did enjoy the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Yet, any case, if you have any doubt, just leave on the comment section of the video. So thank you a lot for watching, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
The desire for power leads the warriors to the arid desert.
Geralt of Rivia, Witcher.
This is my big moment! I'm in!
Battle 1. Fight!
There! How's another? There! There! Just kidding!
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
You have to be joking!
Battle 2. Fight!
Let's go! I kicked ya! Okay! I won't hold back! Not quite! Top side! He won't lose!
Try again.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 3. Fight!
There's another!
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Never seen such equipment before. Need to investigate.